Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Ep3 Köln career mode here on FIFA 20 on PC, of course, with the realism mod. Drop the video like if you enjoy. The FC Köln kit has been dispatched. It's on its way to me. We should be wearing it soon. I apologise that we're not yet wearing the kit of the club that we're playing with, but sooner rather than later we will be doing so in the videos. We started the season yesterday, or started the played season yesterday, with decent results. I was quite surprised at how competitive we were in the games that we played. Getting a victory against Wolfsburg, and if it weren't for a couple of defensive mistakes, we might have snuck a point against Borussia Dortmund. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do so and ended up with a 4-2 defeat. But we are sick after 3 games played. After beating Freiburg in the last 5 minutes or so in the simulated game. Today with 3 played games, including Bayern Munich. But Bayern Munich without Robert Lewandowski, though, it has to be said. So we'll wait and see what happens in that game. We'll start, though, with a game against Borussia Mönchengladbach, which certainly isn't going to be easy at all. And then we end with a game against Hertha Berlin as well. So by the end of the month, hopefully we'll still be top half. We'll wait and see. Drop the video like if you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any more of this series. Hopefully, you can get some good points today. Mönchengladbach's starting lineup has Jan Sommer in goal as expected. Ben Sebaini, Ginter, Elvedi and Leiner as a back 4. Zakaria, Neuhaus and Christoph Kramer as 3 behind Mbolo, Traore and Fabian Johnson. Pace up top for them, and very deep actually, those 2 holding mids in Zakaria and Christoph Kramer. We'll wait and see if they're so defensive that we can't break them down. They're currently below us in the table, but we have only played 3 games, so can't really read too much into the league table at this stage of the season. We'll wait and see if we have genuinely got the better team. I don't think so. I think Mönchengladbach certainly have a better squad than us, but can we on the day put in a performance to give ourselves 3 points? Certainly going to have to be better positionally than Jonas Hector was there, and Ibrahima Traore is going to knock that back there to Christoph Kramer. They might be sat very deep in a defensive role, but he certainly pushed forward a long way forward there. Jonas Hector will get this inside. It wasn't necessarily meant for Skiri, but he's held off the man well. But Bril, Donald and Bolo tracking back defensively. And Mönchengladbach will build again. Kramer into Traore, over the top looking for Leiner on the rush around the outside from right back. Decent ball into the middle. Anton flicks away. Skiri gets it down, and it falls to Ibrahima Traore, who nobody tracks. And we're 1-0 down in the 11th minute. Just almost to the second, exactly the same time that Dortmund scored against us. And he ran in there, and the 2 central defenders just watched him do it. Not really much I can do about that. It's a great finish, but he should never have had the opportunity. Zakaria. Johnson. Zakaria quickly to Bril, Donald and Bolo. Ball could come in. There's options in the middle. Fabian Johnson chooses to drive inside himself rather than look for a pass. Still going solo, Fabian Johnson, and caught from behind there by the defender. Probably a yellow card, and indeed the referee hands it out. Not the best from Chicos. Didn't time that very well myself either. Can they get themselves a second here? Can Ibrahima Traore get himself a second here from the free kick? Winding up over the wall and off the post. Neuhaus is going to squeeze over the line. 2-0 Mönchengladbach. Desperately unlucky from the initial free kick. Ibrahima Traore. And it falls back to Neuhaus, who loses his man in the middle and couldn't miss. Keeper tried, but it was nowhere near him. Not the start we were after here, or even close to it. 2-0 down at home. Fabian Johnson has got the runner, trying to track with him, but also not giving him too much space. And Bolo steps in, as I think Fabian Johnson was offside there. Oh, into the back post! We are under the pressure here. Nearly 3-0 in the opening half hour. On course for a goal every 10 minutes at the moment. Headed towards an 8 or 9-0 defeat as things stand. Thankfully, for the time being at least, it's just 2. But we really need to improve in the second half. This has been, outside of Dortmund, the first time that we've played a team that I felt we should be competitive with, that we really haven't been. Lay that inside, and Schaub will take a touch and not bury it. I didn't feel confident enough to take it first time. Perhaps I should have done. Got the defender Ezebue closing down here to offer support. Skiri inside to Cozziello. Out wide there is Kainz. Cozziello's gone again into a gap. Cordoba tried to turn the man, but the man got the foot in. Win that header. Well up. Cordoba should win that. He's done well. And Schaub will bring it down. And Cordoba's making moves. Schaub will go solo, but defended well by Borussia Mönchengladbach. They have gone defensive with their starting lineup. And now they've got themselves not just one, but 2 goals to go ahead. We might find it even more difficult to get a result here. Cordoba straight at Jan Sommer. Going to be 2 goals down at half-time. At home. Zambolo played in down the right-hand side at the beginning of the second half. Anton in the way. And Bolo still manages to get a cross in, and Zambolo does well. Oh, get up, please, Schindler. Is he going to get to that first? No. We'll get to that first, though. We've given it straight to Traore. Nice little 1-2 with Fabian Johnson. Here's Neuhaus around the corner. And Bolo, did that take a deflection? It did. Anton in the way. Pushing to kill us off here. Mönchengladbach. And Bolo off and Lars Stindl on, who's pretty tasty as a striker himself. Schaub going to break away here. He's not rapid, but he's quick enough at the minute. And he's still going here. And he's shrugged off Lehner as well. What a solo run this would be if Schaub can turn inside and maybe score the goal to get us back in the game. Brilliant run. Lung bursting, but couldn't finish it off. Not much quality on the bench. I don't have too much. Oh, come on. I don't have too much to draw upon in ways of game changes to try and turn this around for us. Kramer's got past me. Here's Neuhaus into the box. Can't tackle him too readily with the defender because he's already on a yellow, and somehow, despite me asking the defender to clear that, Lars Stindl tucks home a third. Questions asked of the defender there. Good turn. Good shot. I'm asking him to clear it, and he's gone with his head. Poor decision making from Anton there. Jonas Hector swung a boot at it but got nowhere near, and we are 3-0 down. This is what we're going to be up against this first season. Not really good enough for the top half of the table, but as we mentioned at the beginning of the year, we expected this to be a difficult first season. We shall wait and see how things progress. But we've had a positive result on the opening day against Wolfsburg and a positive Sims result against Freiburg. And you'd argue that against the 2 Borussias, Dortmund and Mönchengladbach, we would be expected to lose. Perhaps not at home by such a convincing scoreline, but still, we would have been expected to come away with defeats from both of those games. So, I'm not overly concerned as of yet about our position in the league with regards staying up or not, but there's certainly work to be done if we want to improve for next year to get European football. We might be able to sneak something, maybe through the Deutsche Pokal. Bodu's off the bench here and immediately makes an impact. The youngster on loan from AZ Alkmaar plays the 1-2 with Cordoba, who now has an assist. And Cordoba's been involved in every single goal that we've played and scored in this save so far. 5 goals for him and now an assist as well. Bodu might have just earned himself a start in that calm role ahead of Schaub for the next game against Bayern Munich, perhaps. Chicos certainly has not been that good at centre-back, but he is only in as Jorge Mira's suspended. Nice physicality there from Ezebue. We will work this away. No, we won't. Stindl to Hermann. Oh, good save by Timo Horn. Nearly 4-1. It was always going to be difficult in this first season, and it's proving to be. This might be a similar sort of season to season 1 at Southampton on FIFA 18, if you cast your minds back to that. It was one of the most entertaining and well-liked first seasons of... Oh, come on, Ches. Of any save I've ever done. So, hopefully, this first season here in the Bundesliga with FC Köln will lead to another entertaining season that keeps you gripped on the edge of your seat. I'm gripped to the edge of mine at the minute, just trying to get the ball back off Mönchengladbach, let alone standing a chance of scoring. He's offside. Lars Stindl has the ball in the back of the net for the 4th time from Mönchengladbach, but it will not count. We won't be getting any points counting on our points tally today either. Ezebue in behind, though. We could at least lessen the deficit. I'm going to pull this back looking for... Oh, it wasn't meant for Cordoba. I was looking for Bodu, but it finds Sean Cordoba. But I couldn't react in time to get the shot away. It's going to be a 3-1 defeat here. If nothing else happens, I'll see you in the post-match press conference. I'm not necessarily too excited to go to. There is the final whistle. Not good enough on that occasion. Leverkusen beat Dortmund by 3-1 at the Westfalenstadion. That's a massive result for Leverkusen at the top of the table. His post-match interview, even if you lost today, how valuable is the fact that Reese shows signs of improving his game? I mean, he didn't play much, so it will take more is what I'll say. Well, a difficult result, particularly against Borussia Mönchengladbach. How does this impact the confidence of the squad? We're not necessarily on low confidence. I won't be drawn into mind games. Yeah, we're not gonna get too in depth with mind games and talking about confidence this early in the season. We'll just see how things go. Despite scoring the last goal of the day, he still ended the game 2 goals behind. What did your team miss today? They were the better team. I can't really argue more than that, can I? To be completely honest, I really can't. Oh, I've earned an achievement apparently. Oh, right. Let's see what we can do then in the next game against Bayern Munich. Neuer in goal for Bayern. Sula at left back. Hernandez, Pavard and Kimmich. Goretzka and Javi Martinez holding. Perisic, Coutinho and Gnabry sat behind Iñaki Williams, who has scored 5 goals in his last 3 games. So he's still one hell of a threat as their main target man. I'm surprised to see Sula at left back. I'd have thought Luca Hernandez would have been the man to go out there. But regardless, Sula does have good end sprint speed. He just doesn't have the acceleration to go with it. I elected to continue with Schaub at cam rather than give Bodu the start, purely because he's more physical. And against a team like Bayern Munich, I'm going to need all the physicality I can get. Anthony Modesta is back from injury and on the subs bench now, so that adds yet more physicality to our potential options. And Schaub could send... Oh, Schindler in behind there. Talk about high pressure, though, from Bayern Munich. Wow. Not only when they've immediately lost the ball, but continuing as well. This could be another heavy defeat for us. I do not expect to be very competitive in this fixture whatsoever. Pushing forward well here, Bayern. A lot of bodies pushed forward, though, as you can see from the mini-map at the bottom. If I can steal the ball away from them, a counter could be on. It's a wonderful ball in. Jorge Mera is underneath it, thankfully. It was meant to go to Schaub, but it ended up going towards Cordoba, and it cost me the opportunity of a counter. And Iñaki Williams, oh, nice tackle by Jorge Mera, and Timo Horn with a follow-up save. Just enough muscle to shrug him off balance so that when he strikes the ball, oh, and it's right off the top of the boot as well. That's so close for Coutinho to 1-0 Bayern Munich. Says Gnabry, where's he going to go? He's got someone on the edge of the box waiting, who's now dropped back defensively, but they're going to try and reset from the corner again. Coutinho will deliver this one right into the middle this time, and does so. Away by Anton. Can I get to that with Cordoba? I'm trying. Benjamin Pavard gets there. Kimmich with the rather fancy scorpion kick pass. I've seen that a couple of times from the AI in recent games. Martinez in there to Coutinho. Nice tackle by Cozziello, trying to work it away. Right, counter. Let's go, boys. Don't have much in the way of pace, but we're past Joshua Kimmich. Although he's back at me. Hector trying to find the ball in behind. I just can't get past their back line at all. It's gone through the defender's legs, but the referee deemed it a legal challenge, trying to sweep that away. I couldn't really go short because they put so much pressure on as soon as they lose possession by him. It's really difficult. Look at the red shirts flooding towards me. It's so hard to think quickly enough to find the right pass. But we found a pass to Cozziello here, and Cordoba's looking to get in behind. Go back inside there to Schaub, and I've got a runner here in Skiri, who will turn and find Schindler. And we'll lift that looking for Skiri again, but Benjamin Pavard gets it away. Ezebue into the middle. Schindler down. There's Cordoba out of his feet. Cordoba! Finish from John Cordoba! Köln 1, Bayern Munich 0. The Allianz stunned into silence. We have ourselves a 1-0 lead. Let's go, boys! Totally against the run of play. My first chance of the entire game. But we have ourselves a lead. Brilliant finish. He smashed that into the back of the net. really was thinking Anthony Modesta would be my first team goal scorer, but John Cordoba has been stunning so far this year. Coutinho out to Gnabry. To Coutinho again, to Gnabry again. Not sure who to close the ball down with at the moment. Stood up to the back post where Perisic is waiting, but we've hacked it away. Other than the goal-scoring chance, I've been pinned in my own half. Been pinned in my own box even for the majority of this first period. Coutinho's come the closest to them, or for them even, to scoring a goal. Jonas Hector tripping over himself, trying to get rid of that, and they have another corner here. Bayern Munich. How we are not behind, let alone in front, is beyond me. Schaub trying to hold off Leon Goretzka. I can't do that for too long. Get that to Kainz. Through there looking for Cordoba, but pouring the pass again. Leverkusen battering Union Berlin. I'm getting battered here by FC Bayern München. But in the battle of the FCs, it's FC Köln that so far are on course for 3 points. And if we can hold that out till half time, or even with this attack maybe build on it, I'd be stunned. Tempted tackle by Sula. No, I was meant for Schaub on the edge of the box. I've pulled that back too far. So close. That surely would have been 2. Although I'm sure Manuel Neuer would have had something to say about that. I don't know how I'm 1-0 up here. I'll show you the match facts. I bet they're very heavily weighted in their favour. Don't ask me how we're 1-0 up at half time. Don't ask me if we'll still be 1-0 up at full time. I have no idea. Kainz driving forward. He's gone for a 1-2. Oh, Cordoba bumped off it. Javi Martinez in here to Ivan Perisic, trying to close him down. I might have to get a little bit dirty if I'm to keep myself in the lead here. Yellow card for Skiri. And we might end up getting a number more between now and the end of the game. I have to take some players off because of yellow cards as well. And Iñaki Williams has flicked that on and they've equalised immediately. Brilliant in the air, Iñaki Williams. We'll have a look at this from the set piece. Bit of a mismatch height-wise between him and Jorge Mera. And, well, questions. Timo Horn's positioning there. Not the best. He's not even... He's run away. He's actively run away. Yeah. Don't know, mate. Oh, nicely done by Florian Kainz to step away from Joshua Kimmich, who's not the fastest. And I've got a man arriving at the back post. If it weren't for Luca Hernandez, we might well have been 2-1 in front. Hector, I'm yet to have even a second shot on goal. Skiri, what's your long shots like? He's not going to get the chance to find out because he got closed down rather quickly. But Schindler's played in here. We could look for Skiri in the box. He just got booked! And he's not hit the target there. My first genuine chance of the game, and that slid off his boot and gone a long way wide, to be fair. Manuel Neuer not worried about that whatsoever. Right, let's make a change. Schaub again for Bodu. Let's bring Drexler on a little bit deeper. He can play at centre mid. I'm going to rely on him here to hopefully try and instigate a goal to put us back in front. But even if we can get a 1-1 draw against Bayern, I still think that is a very agreeable result. David Alaba coming on for Niklas Süle as well. They've strengthened at the back. Oh, it's a hell of a ping to pick out Serge Gnabry, who is so fast. Oh, Anton, rock solid again. Been very pleased with him. Superb signing for us so far. Schindler battling with Alaba, who committed there and got nowhere near the ball. Schindler trying to get away here. Alaba closing me down. I need support now. I don't really have too much of it. We'll squeeze that through that gap though. Cordoba does well. Here's Cotsiello. We'll look for Cordoba again out of his feet. Oh, where's that going? Well over the bar is the answer. Not good enough on that occasion, was it? May have smacked one into the top. Oh, Jesus, that was terrible. To try and add a little bit more creativity. Ezebu will hack that away, but it's David Silva underneath it. Perisic to the Spaniard. Goretzka. Nice. Perisic, Alaba. Oh, it's a hell of a cross. And Gnabry's there, but he's headed it straight at Timo Horn. Oh, that had me worried when I saw how free he was back there. Cordoba. I perhaps should have just brought that down rather than trying to find a pass. He chested it straight to a Bayern player. David Silva floats that over the top, but that's poor. 4 shots apiece now. We have been more creative in this second half, but we haven't yet, nor will we, I don't think, find a second goal. Cozziello. Oh, Union Berlin back in at 2-2 against Leverkusen. Well, if Union Berlin can fight hard against Leverkusen, then maybe we could do the same against Bayern. We're going to see 2 shock results in the Bundesliga this weekend. Maybe not with sides winning, but certainly, perhaps, with 2 sides you would have assumed would lose, getting points away from home against much, much tougher opposition. Cordoba's in behind again. Need to avoid finessing. On the latest patch, finesse shots from that sort of range just aren't that good, but rifled ones can be. Cordoba's up there. He's onside here, Anton. Back to Bodu. Jorge Mera, of all people. Anton involved again. Cozziello. Drop the shoulder. Nicely done. Whipped it in. Can we win that header? No. Joshua Kimmich heads behind. It's a corner again. Pressure on here. The Allianz is bouncing, but they're still only level. We're trying our hardest to get ourselves in front again. Jorge Mera finds Anton. Just have to keep possession here. I'd rather draw 1-1 and not have another opportunity to score than try and score and lose 2-1 on the counter. Bodu! Scuffed it straight at Manuel Neuer. How many minutes added on? Just the 2. I'm delighted with what looks like a point against Bayern Munich. I don't think we deserve it, really. Although we were better in the second half than we were the first. It was only a strong left toe from the goalkeeper, Timo Horn, to keep... Wow, I had more shots. A strong left toe from the goalkeeper, Timo Horn, to keep out Coutinho in that first half. But, oh, Leverkusen snuck a 3-2 win against Union Berlin. It's disappointment for them, but we are able to get ourselves a point. It was going to be a tough fixture today, considering the quality of FC Bayern München has at their disposal. Are you happy with the result in the end? Delighted. I don't believe in labels such as better or worse. Both teams played well. I'm thrilled with a point against Bayern Munich. To be fair, when the FC Bayern München equaliser came in the second half, I hope you could get back in front. I thought we might lose today. We aim to win. See, I thought we might lose today, but that's still no slight on the team. It's going to negatively affect their morale. I'll be honest, as we were in the Chelsea series, I'll be honest in my answers, regardless of what it does for morale. I genuinely expected to lose today. Coutinho was one of the best players for the opposition. Is your inability to stop him the reason behind your failure to gain a positive result? He's just a really good player. There's not really much else you can say about Felipe Coutinho, is there? He's just that good. Didn't perform at Barcelona, it has to be said, in real life. I haven't really kept tabs on what he's been doing for Bayern this season. Do let me know if you're a Bayern fan in the comment section what sort of performances he's been putting in, if he's at all even been playing. Anthony Modesta was disappointed not to play. I'll say squad rotation is important to try and keep his morale up, but as we've seen from the way that the goals have been flying in for him, John Cordoba has to be the first striker on the shortlist, on the team sheet even. I'm going to reject that offer for Rafael Chicos, but only because I don't yet have the cover for him. If we find a youngster, that we may do now, find a youngster at centre-back that could potentially be incredible, then I am open to letting him go. That's going to be a no. That, again, is a no. 60... no. Whoa, 68 to 96 potential at 15 years of age. I'll give him another month, Rodney de Graaf. 96 potential. Potential of 96 potential. Oh, he's 5'4" though. He's a goalkeeper, 6'5". I'm going to say no to that. I'll give Rodney de Graaf another way. He might be a little Verratti-esque player. 43 to 67, that's a no. That's certainly a no. Not had much luck in Germany so far. Still got the... maybe we'll give you another month. Maybe. And we'll give you another month as well. No, I will sign Timo. I will sign Timo. Let's have a look and see what his current rating is. Timo Haas. Timo Hayes. Or Hazer? Not sure, you guys will have to let me know. Decent physicals already at 17. Technically, certainly could do with improving a lot. But physically, looking okay. Considering he's still young, plenty of room for growth. Still really keen to see how Lucas De Witt grows. But, okay. We'll see. We'll wait and see. Maybe I could consider training them next season. For the time being, I'm going to continue to train the players that we have been. But right now, in fact, let's give Bodu that start at Cam this time around against Hertha Berlin. Let's see what we can do. We're currently still up in 11th place, and I'd be happy with finishing 11th at the end of the season, to be completely honest. Paderborn on a point. Hoffenheim on a point. Union Berlin with 3. Relegation, I think, is going to be out of the question for us. I think we're just too strong for that. But whether we can potentially do something in the cup for a European spot, I'm not sure. Hertha Berlin, though, up next for us here. Right, Hertha Berlin starting lineup. Jarstein in goal. Later, someone who I'm not going to pronounce, Pekarik and Wolf. Mittelstadt in the midfield. Looks like a 4-1-4-1. Salomon Klou on the left. Lecky on the right. And Arne Meyer up top. Is it Arne Meyer? Or is it a different Meyer? Might be a different Meyer. Looked a bit like Arne Meyer. I'll Google him and see if it is. Regardless, 4-1-4-1 for Hertha Berlin here. Let's see what we can do. Bodu to Skiri. Can we go up the other end maybe? Mittelstadt gets something on that, but not enough. Cordoba certainly is a player to watch for their back line. Bodu, can I squeeze that through the gap? No, Derrida cuts it out nicely. Gruitz forward to Arne Meyer. Is Arne Meyer up top at striker for them today? So wait and see if that's an inspired decision from the manager or a mistake. I don't know if they've got suspensions or injuries to their striking forwards. We could actually have a look, couldn't we, in the injury list with regards to this realism mod. We could have a look at the injury list after the end of the game, perhaps, to see if that is the case. Cordoba trying to get that back to Bodu, but couldn't. Pekarik defending well and then fires that really nicely off towards Lecky. We might be in trouble here. Anton out towards him. And he's got past me there, Lecky. He's got support, trying to tempt him into giving the ball away, or he's doing something that might give the ball away, and he almost put it in the back of the net. I'd be worried with the keeper sprawling to his left-hand side. Dug it out from under his feet. Was bending towards goal. Keeper at full stretch, but wide. Schindler with the throw. Arriving short here is Ezebue. Shrugs off Salomon Klou quite comfortably. Skiri to Cordoba. Round the corner to Bodu. Oh, bumped off it by Gruitz. Trying to fire off his shot as quickly as I possibly could there, but Bodu just didn't have the strength to hold the defender off. Gruitz to Salomon Klou. Back to Lete. It's going to be 0-0 at half-time. I mean, we've been okay, but so have they. It's been a level game. They've had more of the ball than me, certainly. Need to create more in the second half. Wolf down the line to the run of Derrida, and I see the space there opening up for Lecky, and we reacted accordingly, and Anton does really well. Good foot in by the new man. Schindler will just use the overlapping run of Ezebue. And we could use him again here maybe. I'll lift it to ensure he has the space to run onto it, and Ezebue is in here. And I'll pull this back, looking for someone on the edge of the box. It's Bodu! As a first time hit, that was really impressive. The youngster racing onto it and smacking it right towards that top corner. The keeper flying away, Jarstein, to make a good save. We'll cross it in from the corner, and up goes Cordoba. It's Gruitz that wins the header. It's dropped to Cozziello. In there is Ezebue. He's not going to be the man to bang it in from there. Neither's Jorge Mera from that position, but Kainz got caught there, but has gotten away. Kainz into the middle. Oh, way by Pekarik. I tried to drill that towards the near post to find Cordoba. They're hanging on here, Hertha Berlin. But Lecky's got the pace to get away from Jorge Mera here, and we might be hanging on at the other end. Cross maybe. Oh, no, stopped and come back. Support here from Wolf. Lovely turn inside. Support there too from Mittelstadt. Numbers around him. Gruitz. Oh, finding some space. Good block by Anton. What a signing he's been at centre-back. Rock solid. And then Salomon Klu's offside. Either side could win this. Into Kainz. Really much in the way of movement around me at the minute, though. Cozziello has Skiri in support. To go out wide. Get it quickly in there to Cordoba. Oh, great tackle by the defender. And he's won the secondary challenge as well. And he's kept his run going. Torunariga could be setting up one hell of a counter-attack here. Free kick given for a foul. Cordoba going off, and Anthony Modesta coming on for the first time for me. Wolf dinked that over. Oh, well, that was very poor. Nowhere near the quality that Bayern had from their set piece. I'll lump this forward. We'll see if Anthony Modesta can win the header. He's not even got himself back up to the top of the pitch. But Bodu will knock that forward to him. He's trying to hold off the defender, and he's done brilliantly there, Bodu. will take the advantage, and Anthony Modesta will spread the ball out wide here to Kainz. In there to Cozziello. Look out wide to Schindler. Anthony Modesta is there. Using that strength well. From the edge of the box. Might fall for him again. No, cleared away. Is that a corner or a throw? It is a throw, I believe. Pekaric getting a yellow card. Rightly so. For the challenge earlier on. And I think it was a throw. Indeed it was. Right in the corner. Ezebue. Back there to Schindler. I see the man on the edge of the box here. Drexler, who's just come on. Could play 1-2 with him here. Cozziello. 1-2-3 maybe. Look through there to Modesta. Oh, but Pekaric gets a foot in. Fighting hard to try and win this game. But we can't seem to get a goal to go in front. Or at the minute, even create the opportunity to get the goal to go in front. They might be doing the same at the other end though. But Lecky's offside. That's been a problem for them all game long. Hertha Berlin with really good opportunities to get the goal. But they just cannot stay the right side of the defensive line. I'm not even purposefully trying to play an offside trap. They just keep running the wrong side. Giving the ball away though. And Lecky looking to get in behind in possession rather than by playing a pass this time. Wolf back to Pekaric. Anyone scores now, I'm certain it's a winner. I'd take a point, but I'd love a win. Sort of game we could certainly be expected to get 3 points from. Wolf skips past the man and away by Anton. Drop here to Shelbred. We've stuck a foot in nicely. Schindler in there to Drexler. Across. Looking for Cozziello. And Anthony Modesta turns brilliantly. And Bodu is forward. But poor pass. Brilliant turn by Modesta. Showed great strength there. But there's the final whistle at 0-0. The first game this season that we failed to score a goal. Thankfully, it doesn't end in defeat for us. We're able to keep a clean sheet as well. And actually, I think that might be the first clean sheet we've kept all season as well. So if you're going to not score, you might as well keep your first clean sheet of the year at the same time, I guess. Frustrated not to have won that though, but still in 11th after 6 games. We were 6th after 3, and we've dropped a little bit now, but still in a very competitive position. We'll have a look and see what the gap is points-wise to those in the European spots. I still think that's a little bit too far out of our reach for this season, but we shall remain ever confident, provided we can still put results together. We're only 2 points away from 8th place Freiburg, although we are full 4 points away from Leipzig in 6th. Bayern only 5th. Leverkusen have won 6 from 6 this season. Dortmund are on form as well, 5 from their 6, including 1 over me. And in the next episode tomorrow, we don't. I thought we had Leverkusen. We don't. But Leipzig coming up though. Schalke, Paderborn at home. That will be the one that we sim, I think. Away from home against Mainz, and then St. Pauli in the cup away from home. I don't know if the winner of the Deutsche Pokal gets a place in Europe. You guys will have to let me know in the comments section. My knowledge of German competition isn't that good. But certainly that's where you guys come in hand. Or where you guys come in handy with regards to your knowledge of European football. Because there are certainly those of you out there that know more than me. So do let me know. But relatively happy with how things are going so far. Certainly by getting a draw against Bayern Munich. That is one result for sure we didn't expect. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you sub so you don't miss out on tomorrow's episode. And I'll see you then.